Happy New Year, everybody, and good afternoon. This is Dr. Jeff coming to you live from Schooley's Mountain Chiropractic Center. And you know, we just clipped into the new year, and I am sure everybody out there has made some kind of New Year's resolution to do something, lose something, give something up, gain something. Okay, and I want to go over today the folly of setting a New Year's resolution, and I want to go into something that is more specific than I resolve to. And I want you to start thinking about, I'm goaling for, and what are you going to gain in the new year versus what are you going to try to lose. And when I came up with the idea for this, I happened to be sitting in church this past week, and the pastor was going over creating your calendar for the new year. And one of the things he was pointing out that your calendar represents the time that you have available to you. And the problem is your calendar is either going to support you or not support you. And remember, the one commodity that we can never replace is time. Once time is spent, it is lost and lost forever. So the question is, how are you going to use your time? Are you going to use your time to gain something and become something more in the process? Or are you simply going to try to lose something, such as weight, okay, and not necessarily be motivated in the way that you should be, so that it is a stick and it is a lifestyle and it's something that is going to transform you to be a better person and human being than you currently are. So let's take a look at this from a logical standpoint. Most people are motivated by pleasure or pain. And when they're motivated by pain, the pain typically shifts them in a direction away from what creates the pain. So let's say you are not motivated or you really dislike exercising. For you, exercising creates ultimate pain. You don't like it. It's boring. You get tired. Your joints ache. Your muscles ache. Whatever the reason is, you've linked pain to exercising, you're never going to do it. And on the same token, you may have linked so much pleasure, okay, to a big juicy pizza that, hey, it's painful to exercise and it's really pleasurable to eat pizza. But if you're not exercising and all you're doing is eating pizza, all you're going to do is be gaining and gaining and gaining weight, affecting your health, okay, and affecting your overall personality and the way you look at the world, because you're going to be having a negative picture of yourself and the things that you need to do. I resolved to drop weight, but I'm dropping weight. I got to give up pizza. Well, I love pizza. That's going to be ultimately painful for me. I've got to exercise. Exercise is the most painful thing I can think of doing. So neither way, you're working on a pleasure principle to move in a direction, okay? And the pain principle is such that you can't move forward changing your diet and you can't move forward getting started with exercise. So what I want you to start thinking about is setting a goal. And the goal may be, I want to drop 30 pounds. The process of goal setting is not necessarily that you achieve the goal as much as it is who you become to achieve the goal. And in life, there's two processes. Most people on the planet operate from the standpoint of, when I have something, I will do something. And when I do something, I will then become more like that person that ultimately has what I want to have. But it never works that way. You set the goal, and then you have to start to be able to transition your mind and your thinking to start to think, who do I have to be, okay, and what do I have to do in order to have what I want to have? I want to drop my weight 30 pounds. Okay, so who do I have to be able to do that? Well, I have to be a person that is going to be able or willing to go and exercise. Why? Because when you burn more calories through activity, okay, and consume less calories, you're going to be dropping weight, okay? So it's a matter of, I am going to be a person who is 30 pounds lighter. And able to have that result, I am going to have to do things a little bit different than I'm doing. And this is using your conscious brain or your conscious mind to be able to formulate the rationale for why you've got to be doing these things to evolve to the person who can do those, so that you can have the desired goal that you're looking for, the dropping of the weight. And this applies to everything. I want to have a better job. Well, why don't you have a better job already? Is it that it's the responsibility that goes with a better job creates pain for you because you're a person who doesn't resonate with more responsibility? Book years ago, okay, Lori Beth Jones did in the Process of the Path, is that people are rewarded for the amount of responsibility that they want to take on. So if your goal is to make $50,000 more in a year, you've got to be able, a person, to recognize that in able for me to get the job that's going to make me have $50,000 more a year, I'm going to have to become a different person. I'm going to have to find ways to accept and want and assume more responsibility for the things that are going to warrant you getting that income. I hope I'm making sense about all of this, because in my mind it makes perfect sense. You need to be a certain way and do certain things in order to have certain things, not the other way around. So when I was a little kid, oh gosh, if I could only have had that bike, I would have been able to go and do different things, and then I would have been really cool with all of my friends. Well, had I been really cool and did the things that I needed to do to have the bike as opposed to the other way around, well, I might not have needed the bike to have been that cool to hang out with those friends, because maybe those were the friends that weren't really the ones that resonated with me. And if I wanted to be more like them, I should have been thinking differently. So again, this is a process of resolutions typically end, according to my pastor, by January 12th. That's not even lasting a full 2 weeks anymore before people give up on their resolutions. And then they're lost for the entire year, and they generally wait for the reset of next year to get started with a whole new set of resolutions, often repeating the same ones. And I want you to be more from the standpoint of who do I have to be or become versus what do I have to have, because anybody can drop 30 pounds to go to a wedding, look real great, and when the wedding is over, you go back to the same old patterns. Because then it's not a matter, I hit my target, I hit my goal, and now I can go back to the things that were pleasurable, eating the pizza, and avoiding the things that were painful, getting the exercise in. So I hope you can see that there is a folly in setting New Year's resolutions, but there is true value in setting goals and becoming a different person and using your conscious mind to figure out who do you have to be, what are the steps that you have to do so that in order you can have what you want to have that will last a lifetime, not days, weeks, or months, but a lifetime, which will make you ultimately happy because you have evolved as a person, which is the joy and the journey that we are supposed to be on as human beings. So if you found any of this remotely helpful and useful, then what I would love for you to do is hit the like button and hit subscribe, and then that will help our channel grow. And the more our channel grows, the more we can get this message out to more and more people. Because the one thing I do know, that easily since COVID has hit, the world is clamoring to be healthier. And the only way you're going to be healthy is not using drugs and not using surgery, but it's living what I call the chiropractic lifestyle that we've co-branded with the 100-year lifestyle to be able to achieve that. And that means you're focusing on your exercise, you're focusing on your diet, you're focusing on your posture, you're focusing on your attitude, you're focusing on the amount of sleep that you're getting, and you should be incorporating some form of chiropractic care on a regular basis, because that's the nervous system, the influences what goes on with your body in terms of muscle, joint, organ, glands, and skin. And if you're looking to be healthier in the new year, try to first start to be that person, do and take those steps, and ultimately you'll have the health that you want. This is Dr. Jeff Culbert from Schooley's Mountain Chiropractic Center signing off. So have a great day, have a happy new year, and I'll see you soon in another video.